what's like one song, and I know it's gonna be tough because they're all your babies, that is like synonymous with Marlon McClain. Like this is the one song that uh, I want to be remembered for.
Oh man, that's too crazy, man. That's yes, that's crazy. That's a hard one. Only because they're just there's just a lot of songs, a lot of artists,
Yeah. What's the
right?
first song that pops into your head then?
You know what? I always think of, for some reason, whenever somebody asks you that question, I just always think of Jeff Lorber. And the reason why I say that is because Jeff was one of the first guys that when I started producing, him and I just really gravitated to each other. And the thing about Jeff was always just a very organic kind of artist that just loved playing. So in other words, you could go see him. You could go see him at any of the kind of like local clubs, and he just being there doing his thing. So when him and I started working together, I would just go and just sit and just hear him jam and stuff. And then when we go into the studio and just lay down his music. And so I was so, how can I say, I was so happy that he became successful. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't the typical person that you would have thought would have became successful as he became. Because Jeff became at one point he was considered like, the godfather of smooth jazz. Before all that, he was just in the clubs, just playing his thing. He had moved out from Philadelphia, and Jeff, I always call him Dr. Lorber because he's in a lot of ways he's like a brainiac, and he can just really he took the part of making his style of jazz that in a lot of ways seemed kind of technical to really organic and feel really just really soulful, right? So to me, he's one of those other guys. If you check it out, those early records he gets sampled a lot,
Yeah.
right? He gets sampled a lot. So he always, for some reason, he always comes to mind is just Jeff Lorber songs in general.
pushplaypods.com